on my body, and you think I'm sexy, mommy.
The movie jacks off this hot-ass tour guide going to a bunch of these kids, or actually read for them a story, until this chapter nigga scares the hell out of them. But then after that, she starts reading for them the story called The Book of Life. So she starts telling these kids a story about the Book of Life, whereby it's centered in Mexico. And beneath Mexico, that's what they call the land for the remembered and the land for the forgotten. So basically, the land for the remembered and forgotten, as long as you, according to Mexican culture, as long as you are remembered by your relatives, you are in the land of the remembered. But then once you are forgotten by your relatives, or your whole family dynasty dies for some reason, and all of them who remembered you die, then you end up in the land of the forgotten. But then after that, she proceeds to then Maita, the one in charge of the land of the remembered, and Shauba, the one in charge of the land of the forgotten. Then this dude who looks like he has diabetes. Sibaba and Maita are basically couples, and he's complaining of how the land of the forgotten is shit. So they see a bunch of these two simpish boys who are trying to raise up a girl called Maria. Manolo, who's a guitarist, and Joaquin, who's a warrior. Then Maria pushes them down and is like, I'm no one's baby, I'm a feminist. Wow. The two gods decide to bet between Manolo and Joaquin, and between the two boys, the one who's able to marry Maria when they grow up is the one who wins. And what's the catch when they win? Shauba gets to exchange places. Maita exchanges places with Shauba. Shauba, basically the god in charge of the forgotten realm, goes to the land of the remembered. Then Maita goes to the land of the forgotten. As simple as that. So they decide to become into the chopped ass. She comes to Manolo as a chopped ass old lady, but then Manolo gives her bread, her giving him a blessing. Then Joaquin is confronted by Shauba, who gives him the meadow of everlasting life, even after him denying him bread, saying it's for the dad. Bruh, that's very selfish. As Maria is walking by with Manolo and Joaquin, she ends up seeing a beautiful this little piggy, and she's like, oh, how cute, looking on the side, finding this guy going to butcher this piggy. Then after that, she's like, let me just ruin this guy's life by running his business. Like, girl, I don't understand that you liked the piggy so much that you wanted to let it free. But couldn't she just use her fucking common sense? And she was like, okay, this is a business for somebody to survive. Because even Joaquin tried to stop her, but she still do it, letting go of the other piggies that caused the whole piggy stampede in the freaking town. And if she wanted to specify that piggy, she would have just used common sense. And that place, it was a very small piggy. She would have just picked it up and ran away with it. She would have left the others, because she can't save obviously everything. But why did she have to cut the whole thing and everything went like, bruh? Should have just picked that one and went away. A bull piggy comes charging towards the general, the father of Maria. But then after that, Joaquin pushes him, then the guy is able to stay stable standing. This guy is a dumbass. First hear me out, guys. Like, now, this guy, when he put himself in front of that piggy, just imagine if that medallion, that old guy who looks like he's on crack, like, if that old guy was actually like some mad crazy dude or some guy on crack and just told him, this is a medallion that can make you invincible and strong, and it was not even a god at all, like, man, my nigga will be 6 feet under. Then Manolo is all like, it's my time to shine an aura farm. Then he aura farms, and the dad is all like, yes, he has the Sancho's blood. And the bull knocks into the one, the dad's all, that's my son. So basically, Manolo comes from a family whereby it's a bunch of bullfighters who always risk their lives and die by fighting bulls. So that father wants him to take the path that he also took, and also the part of the ancestors. But Manolo actually obviously wants to do music. So after that, Joaquin is taken by the general, or Maria's dad, since he's the one who's likely to protect them from a bandit called Chakara. Then after that, the dad talks to Manolo, and after that he's all like, people will make songs about you, and he's all like, and I will sing them. No, that's gay. Because in the Sanchez family, you are not supposed to sing. You are the only bullfighters. And also, by the way, Sanchez men do not say sorry or apologize for anything. Very egoistic, by the way. But then after that, to forget a point of information that I had forgotten, when Maria caused all that piggy chaos, she was supposed to be taken, or is supposed to be taken to boarding school abroad so that she can be turned into a proper woman, just like how her dad said. Then after that, this Manolo gifts Maria with a pig that she had kidnapped. Then Maria also gives Manolo a brand new guitar that he can play with. Then after that, Maria, as she's going, these guys are all like, "We shall always wait for you and good to you." Then Manolo and Joaquin grow up to be eligible butlers for Maria. So there's this important day for Manolo to fight this bull and also behead it. But Femi does not believe in beheading a bunch of bulls, and in the first place even is not that passionate about bullfighting. But because Maria is rumors of Maria coming on that exact day there, that's why the main reason why he's fighting. And then when he's about to walk out, the dad is all like, "Do you love your family?" to guilt trip him. Maria arrives to the event more hotter than ever. Then Manolo tries to get her attention, but he fails. Fun by making the bull write Maria's name, getting her attention and giggling. But then when it's time to end the bull, he decides not to do it because he wants to sing for Maria. Which really pisses off the dad to a point that even he disowns him. "You're not a Sanchez anymore." Then the bull is all like, "Oh man, you'd have just done it, bruh." As Maria is having dinner with her dad, who's a general, and Joaquin, who's also now a satisfied general, the dad of Maria wants her to get married to Joaquin since he might protect them from Chakara, the most feared gangster dude around the whole area, Mexico. Then a conversation with Joaquin ends up saying something dumb like, "I'm very sure my muscles will please you just like how you please me." So then after that, she's all like, "Excuse me, so you think the whole point of a woman is pleasing you?" Then as she's walking away all pissed off, some nigga is all like, "You picked yourself a first one, huh?" Manelo's friends try to help him to raise up Maria, and this is the best they could come up with.
If you want my body and you think I'm sexy, mommy, vamos, let me know.
Manolo decides to do it himself, and he comes up with a banger. "I love you. I whisper your name whenever I'm gooning." Then Joaquin proposes to Maria. Bruh, you have not taken out for a date. You have not tried to know her actual interest. You have not tried to find out what has happened to her ever since, like, for the last years you last saw each other, and you want to marry her. Like, bruh, these are moments when they reject a boy and I'm all like, bruh, you deserve it. You're being a total idiot. Like, why the fuck would you propose? Even you barely know each other. But then after that, Joaquin and Manolo start fighting like a bunch of pussies. "Now you started, now stop it, now you stop, now you started, you stop it." Then Shikara's men, all Shikara's bandits come and they are all like, "Give us your manners, your bacon, and your mustachios." Then Joaquin comes to save the day, and after that, as he's busy fighting, they find out he's the one with the medal of everlasting life, and they go and they snitch out to their daddy. As Shekara is coming to their town, Joaquin and Maria decide to go for a date, and after that, he's all like, "Maria, I have something important to give you." These are a photo of himself. Wow, this is so narcissistic. But then when that card fell, he's all like, "I've kept your bonnet ever since childhood." Wow, what a creep. So since now Shaba was watching everything and he's actually seeing that now actually he's losing, he decides to send his double-headed snake to do the job. But then as they start having a romantic moment, Maria sees the double-headed snake and pushes Manolo away and she gets bitten. Then after that, she dies. But then after that, when he's still sobbing, he also decides to die because he's a simp. I actually realized this was a well-planned plan from Shauba. Shauba actually wanted Manolo to die, so Manolo was beaten with two heads of the snake, since the staff has like two heads at the both ends. But then Maria was actually beaten by one head of the snake. That means she could be revived or brought back by the kiss of Joaquin. Manolo ends up going to the life or to the world of the remembered, meeting his ancestors. his pirate grandpa who had one arm for a sword and one leg for a sword. Then also his legendary grandpa who used to fight with 3 bulls. Then also he finally meets his mom and also his rebel cousins. Then him trying to go to Mayata, the god who's in charge of the land of the remembered. They instead find Shauba for the land of the forgotten. And after that is all like, I'll prove you wrong, I'll show that my love is stronger than anything else and all of that stuff. And after that, him and his family, basically his great grandpa and the mom, go on this quest for actual truthfulness. So what, I don't even remember what it's for. Then after he's able to prove worthy and meets the candle, God is all like, his pages are empty and he's actually writing his own story. So his story is not yet done. Then Manolo snitches on Shaiba that his dad made him die using a 2-headed snake, and she's all like, Shaiba! Shaiba appears and tries to deny of his dirty deeds, but then after that they decide to do a deal with Manolo, that Manolo is supposed to fight with 1,000 generations of the bulls that his whole family has thought with. Once he wins, he can go back to the actual world. But then after that, before that happens, they show us that the dad and Shakara confront each other, and immediately the dad tries to attack Shakara. He dies, and after him dying is not the only one. And after the grandpa is like, what are you doing? Cholesterol. Then instead of Manolo trying to cut the bull, he instead sings for the bull, hence him winning the challenge using music to fix everything. Manolo is able to come back to life as a living human being with also his family, since it's the Day of the Dead and everybody is beating the ass or clapping the ass of Shikara's gang. Even the piggies join on the party. Then Manolo starts swinging Maria at the goon like a tennis racket. Then Manolo decides to act like the main character, pushes Joaquin out. After that, he's like, don't forget me. And he blows up. Psych! He actually survives. Then Manolo and Maria get married. Then Joaquin gets a threesome, inclusive the cousins of Manolo. Then after the beautiful tour guide lady showing them around, the kids are in the bus saying bye to the beautiful lady. It actually turns out she's Metia, the goddess in charge of the land of the remembered. Then the land of the forgotten guy pulls up and they kiss.
Thank you.
So that's basically it for the Book of Life. This was a very interesting animation, 2014 animation, by the way, very nice. The graphics aren't the best, but to me they aren't something very huge. More of the story to learn is that pursue your dreams, be stubborn for that right thing or for that person you want, and yeah, you will get it as long as you have the right intentions with it. And also learn also how to be selfless. But basically that was it from me when it comes to the Book of Life. It was a superb animation. It was very superb. And also I would like to say, please comment, like, share and subscribe. J'ai été sûr avec une vidéo content. I hope you are happy with my video and you comment down the things I can improve on. And always guys, please stay safe, make sensible decisions, and always be happy.